Good morning, student. Today we are going to study about excess demand. My dear student, excess demand is a topic from macroeconomics. We have already studied about aggregate demand and aggregate supply. My dear student, in an economy, aggregate demand, that is called AD, and aggregate supply, that is called AS. This is the level. What is this? Aggregate means the sum of the total demand by an economy, and aggregate supply, that sum of the total supply by an economy. Okay. What happened, my dear student? This is the when it is equilibrium, when aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply, and if suppose aggregate demand is more than aggregate supply, another aspect is also aggregate supply is more than aggregate demand. There may be three opposition. You can say that in an economy when aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply, or second option you have to say that when aggregate demand is more than aggregate supply, and third is that maybe happen aggregate supply is more than aggregate demand. Today our topic is that excess demand. In excess demand, what will happen, the sum of the total demand is more than whatever the supply in the economy. So today we are going to study why excess demand occur in an economy. It is very important topic today, my dear student, because excess demand, what will happen? There are so many reasons. The first reason, increase in the consumption of government household. The reason. First you have to understand the reason. Reason. First reason, increase in consumption of whom? Of household. Okay, household. Okay, you can also say that, my dear student, household. Why? Due to increase in the propensity to consume. Why? Increase Due to increase in propensity of consume. Okay, my dear student, it is very important that we have already studied that propensity to consume. When an economy, the propensity of consume increases, it means the consumption is also going to increase, because the household demand is going to be increased by of goods and services. So what happened in this situation, the supply of this product and you can say the services is very limited, so we cannot meet all the demand of an economy. So it is called the excess demand. My dear student, the second reason is that increase in the private expenditure, that you have always known. Increase in private expenditure. Private means whatever the firm, okay, firm, factory, industry, etc., they are going to invest in the capital goods, etc. You can say that increase in the private expenditure. The third is that very important, when the government, whatever the government project, dam, road, pool, etc., you can say that bridge, etc., when the government increase the expenditure, government increase expenditure. Expenditure means whatever the government project are going on. Okay, next, the fourth is that increase in export. Okay, sometime when an economy there is increase of any product or services is going to be increased, then there you can say that excess demand. Why excess demand? Due to the increase in export. Export means we are going to make the foreign trades. The fifth reason is that increase in money supply. That is the monetary policy. Increase money supply. Okay, money supply in an economy. Okay, my dear student, so there are five reasons we have already studied. So come to the what happened in this graph. Okay, graph, first you have to understand, my dear student, in this graph you observe that there is a income on the x-axis and y-axis I take desired and aggregate expenditure. My dear student, here you have to understand very simple logic here. E is the point where an income, that is called aggregate expenditure, and it is called the income. E is the point that is called equilibrium level. Equilibrium level where in full employment means all the employment is satisfied, whatever the production is going on. But here it is called when equilibrium level reaches to the A point. You can say that this region is called excess demand. And you can also say that inflationary gap. In this other word, you can also say that inflationary gap. Okay, inflationary gap or excess demand. So my dear student, this graph is very important to learn. When equilibrium level is going to upward, that is A point here, it means excess demand or inflationary gap. So in this topic, but problem is how to solve this situation in an economy. So we can solve, there are so many measures. The government is going to take two measures. First measure is monetary policy, second fiscal policy. So I am going to discuss little bit, okay, the fiscal policy. Okay, the first measure is that fiscal policy. Okay, the fiscal policy, whatever the borrowing, whatever the government is going to be borrow, or any you can say taxation policy comes under the fiscal policy. Taxation policy and the borrowing comes under the fiscal policy. So first of all, taxation. Second, borrowing. Okay, so whatever the government is going to do during the excess demand, simple. The taxation, whatever the taxation, increase the direct tax. So government is going to increase the direct tax. Why? Because they are going to reduce the consumption. Okay, increase the direct tax. Okay, increase the direct tax. And why? Because they are going to reduce the consumption of the particular goods and services by rich people. So borrowing, why borrowing? Because sometimes the public borrowing, when the government is going to borrow, okay, because during this policy government is going to borrow large scale, okay, to meet increase borrow for the production of goods and services to meet the demand. Okay, come to the next step, that is public expenditure. Public expenditure means government expenditure. So what will happen? Government is going to be reduce all the public expenditure. So you have to write in the reduce. Government is going to reduce the public expenditure, by which reduce the excess demand position in an economy. So what is the monetary policy? Come to the monetary policy. Monetary policy is related with the central bank. Central bank means RBI. Okay, in every country there is a central bank. In our country the RBI is a central bank. So monetary policy includes CRR, SLR, bank rate. Okay, this comes under the monetary policy. So what will happen? Bank rate. So first is the bank rate. My dear student, what is the bank rate? The bank rate is that rate in which the central bank provides a loan to the commercial bank. So what happened? Bank rate is going to be increased. Why? Because when the bank rate is going to increase, it means the commercial bank is going to give a loan to the customer at higher rates. Okay, so you will write increase. Okay, if the bank rate is increased, the commercial bank also going to increase the rate of interest on the providing the loan. So customer getting a higher rate of interest on the loan, so they are not going to take a loan, by which the consumption is going to reduce. So we can say that excess demand is going to be reduced. Second, that come to the second point, that is the SLR, or you can say that open market and CRR. Come to the simple CRR. What is the CRR? Cash reserve ratio. So what will happen in the cash reserve? Every commercial banks keeps the certain part. Every commercial banks keeps the certain part of amount to the reserve bank. You can say that the central bank. So this time the central bank or RBI is going to increase the CRR. Okay, why CRR? Because when the central bank is going to reduce the CRR, what will happen? The liquidity in the market is going to be reduced. Okay, the liquidity is going to reduce means that you can say that increase. Okay, liquidity is going to be in decrease, because when central bank is going to increase the CRR, it means the commercial bank is going to make maximum amount of cash in the central bank. So in CRR is also a monetary policy. So what will happen next? Increase the import. That is called it is not comes under the monetary policy. It not comes under that. It is a separate import. Why we are going to increase the import? Because we are not able to meet all the consumption of our local production of goods and services. So we have to increase the import to meet the demand of our country. Okay, so my dear student, it is a very important topic for your examination. Okay, so come to the main topic, that excess demand always asks in your examination. Excess demand means you can say that inflationary gap. Okay, inflationary gap. Okay, so in your examination always ask the what is the fiscal policy to reduce the excess demand, what is the monetary policy to reduce the excess demand, and it is the foreign trade policy. Foreign trade policy comes under that import is going to be increased. Okay, that is a simple. And whenever you the question asks what is the full employment, you have to draw this diagram. Okay, my dear student, thank you. I hope you already understand.